But Chair, quick one. I'm checking under the success report from the police presentation. I want to check something that with the confiscated equipment, the report that we are getting, according to me, is not as detailed as it's supposed to be. The reason I'm saying that, I've witnessed some of the confiscation of the equipment, whereby on certain illegal areas, they're taking machines, and then only to find the machines that belongs to Kobos. Kobos, he managed to get his equipment back. But if Mr. Sibanyoni is owning the equipment, has been kept in the particular storage. And then that one, I want to check with the police, what is the criteria of the area that has been declared illegally. Some equipment that has been confiscated in that area have been gotten back by the owners. I want to check that one. How do you operate in that terms? Two, with the number of police, 944 officers that have been dispatched at Stilfontein, is it the police not having sufficient capacity of being there, because the number was kept on adding up? What was the real action was happening that threatening the police so much that ended up increasing the number? Can the report be detailed, and so that we can get what was really happening there? Checking in the budget of 1.7 billion in Operation Valumkoti, where did that budget came from? Because as my other colleague Kintlangweni did mention, that the pace of rehabilitation of the asbestos, it's at the slow pace, snail pace, that rehabilitation of the asbestos mine per annum. And then where did this 1.7 billion came from? The Department of Minerals, we want to check. And then now, with this 1.7 billion, how much did you use so far? Can we get the understanding, where did you use it? What happened? Because it shows clearly where did you utilize the 1.7 billion from 2023, when you commenced this Operation Valumkoti, till now. By May, I think your contract of Valumkoti is expiring. And then I don't know, does a minister perhaps have any budget for the Operation Valumkoti in the next term after May? Because May, the Operation Valumkoti. And then we want to know the areas where you have Vala Umkoti managed to success. Can you indicate the areas exactly? Because where I'm seated, there's operations that are going on. But the budget of 1.7 billion is out. It's been utilized. We want to know how much is the balance out of that 1.7 billion. And then we happen to have to go for a oversight in the eastern areas. To my surprise, when we got there were some fires made by people of Zamazamas. In the midst of those Zamazamas, there was the members of SADF there. There was SAPS there. But you can tell when you were walking around, there was Zamazamas here underneath. We want to understand what is happening with people's money. 1.7 billion, the SADF is there. The SAPS is there. But the Zamazamas, they are still there. What is the association between the SADF, SAPS, and these Zamazamas? What is it that's happening? Are we not wasting South African money and creating this Operation Valumkoti, while there's no productive result from that Operation Valumkoti? I just want to get what is the results, positive results we are getting out of this Operation Valumkoti. The report that we are getting is not the report that South Africans are waiting for. We need to know what is the real Operation Valumkot is doing with such huge budget. The other one, we have got 4 police officers those were arrested and then been released at 1,000 rand bail. And then the report states very clear that they are not suspended. They are working, servicing our very South African that they've betrayed by them again. What is it that people, Minister, I don't know whether you did get the handover from your former colleague, Minister Bheki. He happened to meet with one of the Zamazama kingpin, Silo. We want to know the report after his meeting with the kingpin, what had happened. There was no report given back that a former minister, Bheki, met with the kingpin from Lesotho. What had happened with the report that South Africans, they are interested in knowing what was contained in that report. Because we can't be here and box ticking, but there's a huge element of people that they're getting money from these Zamazamas. The reason the Zamazamas is happening, it won't stop, is because there's the political figures, people at the high stage that they are taking money from these people. That is clear. We must know who are those people who are benefiting from these Zamazamas. Because you may tell, they are utilizing the mercury. Where do they get those kind of substance? That's a very dangerous substance, mercury, in cleaning their gold. Where do they get all these sponsors? Where do they get the market? I think we must utilize this thing. We shouldn't mop the floor. We need to get to the point that we are closing the tap. Because now the challenge that we are having, someone is controlling the tap. Now, with the operation of Valumkot, we are only cleaning the floor. Why the investigation? I'm checking with the MPRDA is under review. I'm checking how effective is this act because it's under review. It won't catch up with the department somehow because constitutionally, if the act is under review, it might also be declared as null and void in some other instances. Can you clarify on that one? Because the review, it's been taking so long. I don't know, maybe perhaps if we can get the clarity also on that one, what is happening actually, because it's been ongoing. Then, as I'm wrapping up, Chair, with the department, in terms of the rehabilitation, the mining plan, did you, maybe that one you can assist on it because it's a technical thing, that the mining plan can assist in terms of checking the amount of rehabilitation provisions that is the ongoing rehabilitation. It will tell that exactly when they're going to the last portion of mining, this amount of guarantees has been paid by this company. It will equal to the amount of rehabilitation work that is there, because you may find that the rehabilitation amount is 1.2 billion, only to find that if they're not doing the concurrent rehabilitation while they're mining, it can amount to more than that money. That's when we getting the challenge of people they living other areas open because of the amount of the rehabilitation is not equal to the workload that has been left rehabilitated. And then, Chair, I don't know, it's my proposal. I'm checking whether the issue of East Rand, as we speak, there's 4,000 plus minus 4,000 illegal miners inside there. We are turning a blind eye up until Stilfontein thing happens in East Rand. There's people as we speak now there. And there's SAPS and SADF that is there, but there's people. I'm now appealing to the minister, can you deploy the people with the budget that we are having also in that area? There's people there. There's people. Or we are waiting because South Africans, we only act when someone dies. If if there will be incident of people dying there, then we will stand up and then starting to focus on that particular area. Now there's people there. Can the Operation Varumkoti, before you end in May, can you go to that area? Surely there's people that are working there. I thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Senne.